Okay.
I don't even know where to begin.
Oh no.
This is like David Blaine stuff.
I don't think this is.
Brian, did we speak at all today?
No. Oh, you mean before?
Yes,
I walked in here.
Yes.
No, we did not.
No, we didn't. Did we plan this at all?
No.
This is
no planning was
This is
done.
magical. Brian Posehn is in studio joining us. He's performing at the American Comedy Company this weekend. You got to check out Brian. He's hysterical. But Brian is my nerd brother. You know, we've had Brian in before. We've talked about this. I am a massive nerd. I love all things nerdy. I played Dungeons and Dragons as a kid all my life. Brian still plays. I wish I could join that group so bad.
Oh my God.
I want in so bad because I miss it, man.
Would Dagon be allowed in?
Dagon was my elf.
Nice.
That I created and played for many years. I also played the Marvel RPG game growing up as well, which is a lot of fun.
What?
I got this guy Dario to start playing that one.
Oh, gosh.
And so anyway, you know, I got a billion graphic tees. So does Brian. And, you know, most of mine are Star Wars, Marvel, mostly that kind of stuff. But today, I randomly, the next one in rotation, happened to be a Big Trouble in Little China shirt. Which, you know, it's kind of a kick-ass shirt.
Okay. If you do
Brian,
say so yourself.
Well, dude, look at that.
Okay.
Brian comes strolling in here, and again, we haven't set this up.
No.
We haven't spoken.
No comedic call
Nothing
out.
like this. Brian is rocking a Big Trouble in Little China shirt, too!
What?
How crazy is that?
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
It's kind of crazy, but maybe not as crazy as you.
Brian!
Brian, are you getting weirded out by how excited Eddie is
I
about
think
this?
this is incredible.
I was
The
almost
odds.
asleep in the room the
I
other
can see that.
So the energy.
It's not.
It's
You're
a
not on
lot.
my
It's
level.
the same level.
You're not on my level.
Yeah, no, I'm getting there.
You okay?
Big energy, little Brian.
I can't believe that this has happened. I'm blown away by this. The odds are 1 in a million.
Okay.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are those the legit odds?
Well, I don't know if that's quite right. I had 6 shirts in my suitcase.
Okay.
1 in a million isn't quite.
But the fact that
1 in
you
6.
and me, the same.
Oh my God, Eddie, we get it.
Do not under- What is so hard to understand about this?
Okay,
Scott, you're underplaying this.
Sit down.
Fine.
Sit down.
Fine, I'll move on. I am like, this
There's
is all I want
somebody
to talk
driving his car right now wearing a Big Trouble in Little China, and his head is
Yes. Yes.
wanting to call in.
like-
Oh my God, those guys!
Dude,
Great
he's got a
call.
low pan shirt. He's like, what?
Okay. Really?
What? Oh my God.
Your
Anyway.
brothers.
Yes! I can't believe they have that too.
Okay,
I
really?
want to be in their D&D crew.
All right.
Brian, can't wait to see the show this weekend. You're one of my favorites because you do talk about all things nerd, which I appreciate, and you're also a metal guy, which is again my weird dichotomy too. Is that I grew up a rock guy, I grew up a jock, but I hid my nerd
You're not
stuff.
hearing it, are you?
I hid my nerd stuff from my jock friends. So I'd go to high school.
That's so sad.
I know it was. I lived a double life, Brian.
double life.
I would go hang out with the jocks, and then my nerd crew would be playing D&D in the back corner in the dark when nobody could see them, and then I'd sneak off and go play with them. So I lived a double life. It was really ridiculous. Yeah.
Did you have to double life it, Brian, or have you
You're
always
out
been
proud.
out?
You're
No,
loud and proud.
everyone knew. Everyone knew what was going on with Posehn. They either hung with Posehn or they stayed away from Posehn.
Posehn is you're kind of a giant man too. So
It wasn't then.
No,
I
not
grew,
quite.
I grew after high school.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, I had a growing pains, 8 inches growth from 18 to 19.
That can happen?
Wow.
Yeah.
You can grow
That's
in
a
your...
massive
I was
growth.
5'10" when I graduated high school, and I turned 6'6" as I started junior college the next year.
Dude.
I had no idea that was actually physically possible.
American
Me neither.
Werewolf in London. Like,
Seriously.
my arms stretching around. I was still living with my mom, and I would be screaming her name. I'd be sleeping and then wake up with my arms growing.
No way.
Swear to God, yeah. It was painful.
Wow.
Giant's milk? A little bit of that? No?
Giants. No.
Yeah. Well,
that's
that
a
might be a thing. Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah, it was pretty
I
cool.
didn't even know that was possible.
Oh my God.
That is pretty impressive.
Fun facts.
Brian, you also wrote a book, which I have to pick up because it's called Forever Nerdy. Now, what are you breaking down in that book?
Well, it's my story of my childhood and all that, but also about this kid who likes all these nerdy things and then gets this life where, through comedy, I got to be involved in all these other things that I already was involved with.
Yeah.
Like comic books and heavy metal
Right.
and, getting to be killed in a Rob Zombie movie. It's not everybody else's dream, but it was one of mine.
Yeah, weren't you like in an Anthrax video too and stuff like that? So I mean,
what?
Kind of everything. Yeah.
All your dreams came true, which is crazy.
Not all of them, but most of them.
Well, yeah, and some good stuff.
I'm in the new Star Wars thing, that streaming show that starts in October.
Stop it.
All these
Eddie's
dreams have
just
come true.
look at Eddie's face.
Look at it.
I might cry, like for you, like that's so amazing.
Can you say what you're doing in the Star Wars thing, or are we hush-hushy clauses, contracts?
Yeah, I did.
Is
have
it the
to sign a bunch of
Mandalorian?
stuff. Yeah, I'm in the Mandalorian.
Okay.
Yeah, the first episode.
Wow,
Eddie,
that's so cool.
put your phone away.
For me, like, walking around going to lunch with stormtroopers was one of the most insane things I've gotten.
That's
to do.
the coolest thing I've
And
ever heard in my
I
life.
went through a period where I hated Star Wars, but then they won me back.
Right. Well, Brian and I feel the same way about the prequels.
Yeah.
It almost ruined our lives.
Ruined your life.
Like,
Brian, back me up on this. Like,
No.
come on. I thought we were the same. It almost ruined my life.
It upset me.
Well, here's what happened to me, Brian. When I went to go see the prequel for the first time, I obviously was excited because it was my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
I go and I sit down. I obviously see what happens with Jar Jar and Anakin and all this crap, and I walk out and I go, "What happened? Do I not love Star Wars anymore? Did I grow up? Like what happened to me?" I blame myself.
I had tickets to see it the opening day, and then I went the night before. Somebody got tickets.
Oh, okay.
And so I already had tickets to see it. So I saw it once, and I hated it. And then I still had tickets to see it the next day at noon, and then went and hated it again, and then didn't watch it till I had my kid.
Yeah.
And I still hate
it.
Oh.
It's terrible.
It really is bad. It really is bad. I don't know what Lucas was doing, man. He lost his mind in those. Did you end up going to the other two?
Yeah.
Or were you like,
now I have friends who like those movies, and they hate the new ones. And so then they're all crusty now,
That's
like
crazy.
I was 15 years ago,
That's
which
so
is a
weird.
good feeling.
Yeah.
I'm like positive about the future of Star Wars.
Now, when you sat down to see Force Awakens for the first time, were you like me? I cried multiple times. At different
Brian's
spots.
laughing at you right
Yeah,
now.
I did. I couldn't
No,
help it.
definitely. Yeah, I teared up. I teared up when I saw the Millennium Falcon the first time. All that stuff.
Yeah. Han when he.
Oh my God.
I can't talk about
Spoiler
it.
alert.
I still can't talk about it.
Eddie, it's okay.
It's all right.
Can you do spoiler alerts for movies that have been out for 5
I
years?
feel it's longer than that, right? I mean, I feel like if you haven't seen it by
It's been a minute,
now.
but you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you like what they're doing now and
I
all the new
do. I
stuff?
approve. Yeah, I don't like every single thing, but
Did you like the last movie? Because I thought it was a...
I took some issues. I
I
had some
didn't
issues.
hate it, and
Yeah,
I
me
haven't
too.
rewatched it, but I still don't hate it on the level of
No.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, nothing's that
Aw.
bad.
Yeah.
Nothing's that bad.
Wow.
You know?
So sad. Poor Jar Jar.
Poor Jar Jar.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm saying
No one's
Jar Jar.
ever said
No, I don't think so. Brian, you had a really amazing thing. You were a recurring character on The Big Bang Theory, which had to be pretty cool to be on one of the most popular shows ever.
It was a fun time, yeah. Everybody was
And you were on the last episode.
Yes.
How was that? Was everybody pretty emotional?
Oh,
or-
crying.
It was, and it was weird for me because I wasn't that connected.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I've known those guys for a couple of years, and I'm there a couple of times every year, but this was their thing
Yeah.
for 12 years, and they were really attached, and so I felt like it was a weird experience to watch other people sob.
Did you have to fake it? Like you had to fake your level of excitement with Eddie's
'cause they
t-shirt?
knew-
Hey, come
Okay,
on.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying they'd be kind
dare
of the
you.
same, you know?
No, I didn't think. No one would think that I would be. That would be weird if I was sobbing.
Woohoo!
The guy that's here twice a year.
What's wrong with him?
It's really,
really sad about
really
this.
upset.
Was there a big
He's gonna miss
crazy?
this gig.
Was there a big rap party after it? That they
There
all went out
was,
and-
yeah. That's not my thing.
No,
I
you
went
just
and
went
said
home.
hi to the nerdy writers and thanked them for making me part of the show.
Right.
That was kind of it.
Yeah, that's
I went to a
extent.
metal show that night because
Oh.
there was my buddies from Anthrax and a couple other bands were in this other band.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you said do that instead.
I went and did the nerdy thing and then did the thing that I'm more comfortable with. Watching heavy metal.
That's it.
There we go.
How do you feel about the state of rock and metal and all that stuff right now? You think it's in a good place?
I don't know. There's a lot of good new bands, but you know the big bands are dying off, retiring. The
Right.
fact that Slayer's leaving, and you know, there's really only Metallica now, and you know, a couple smaller bands.
Yeah.
And how do
Yeah.
you enjoy a show? Do you like get in the pit? Are you the guy in the back corner? Are you side stage? Where are you
I'm
at?
the guy with his arms crossed, trying not to get hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of had to.
Yeah.
I'm
If
too
I have
old
to
for
push
that.
people away from me, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, you got to
Wow.
go check out Brian
Yeah.
performing at the American Comedy Company tonight and tomorrow night. It's going to be a great show. Brian, always fun having you in here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. The NBA. Did you see the shirt? I mean, isn't that?
We saw
We got it.
Do
Betty.
you guys not get
We
how
got
crazy
it.
this is?
We'll take a picture for you, okay?
I'm pissed. The NBA draft.